Hello guys, it's Tina Wilfred here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching this from. Today, I want us to do something that we have not really paid attention to for the longest time. Ever since I started out with this YouTube series, I've always consistently added videos in other playlists, and there's just one playlist that I have not been able to add anything on, not even for the first time, which is the Advanced Forex Teaching playlist. Okay, which involves deeper strategies that I use. I've been able to add videos when it comes to the trade breakdown playlist, the motivation playlist, and I think just one video on that one anyway. And then the beginner series. I think four. We've been able to cover 4 episodes on the beginner series, and now on the advanced playlist. Okay, it is time to add something, and we have to start from somewhere. Okay, and I feel it's important that we talk about it. I want to be talking about my advanced strategies that I use to trade, at least for now. And it's going to keep, being modified with time. Why? Because we will always be students in the market. So we keep refining the strategies as we go by. But there are things that will never change. There are things that will always be there. There are facts or theories that will always be there as a foundational knowledge that will keep guiding you through your trading career. So the refinements are just more like, little things that come in between. So the things that I'll be talking about are things that I know will always be there. Things that I know will always be there. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about market structure. Okay, we're going to be talking about market structure. I don't know how I am going to be able to navigate this to make it really easy for us. Okay, I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this to make it really easy for us, right? Well, of course, we have to start from somewhere, right? We have to start from somewhere. That is it. So, yeah, I was supposed to have prepared this before time, but maybe we should just do it as we are watching. Okay, so we are going to be talking about market structures today. Hey, maybe this is not big enough. I'll try my best to make this I'll try my best to make this as simple as possible and the video as short as possible as well. So when it comes to market structure, there's something, I think we have two types of market structure basically. We have the basic market structure and of course the advanced market structure. We have the basic market structure and the advanced market structure. In the basic market structure, we already covered that in one of our beginner series where we talked about market structure, and everything we talked about there is the basic market structure. We talked about the bullish market structure and the bearish market structure, where price in the bullish market structure creates higher highs and higher lows, and then in the bearish market structure creates lower highs and lower lows. So just like a form of refreshing our memory on that, this is exactly what we mean when we say that price is creating higher highs and higher lows. Okay, this is the progression of an uptrend or a bullish market structure. So you see that price is creating what? Higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so this is exactly what we mean when we say that price is creating higher highs and higher lows. And then for the bearish market structure, we have something like this. This is the progression. Price creating lower highs and lower lows. That is basically taking out the previous lows. Okay. But in the uptrend or bullish market structure, price taking out the previous highs. Okay, to signal what? An uptrend. This is the progression of a downtrend. I'm not drawing it so perfectly, but at least you understand what I mean. Okay, so that is it for the basic market structure. And now when we talk about the basic market structure, we have something called the bullish change of character and the bearish change of character. We have the bullish change of character and the bearish change of character, basically. Okay, and I'll be showing you what that means in terms of the basic market structure before we go over to the advanced market structure. This will help you to understand exactly what I am trying to talk about. So when we talk about the bullish change of character, it simply implies price breaking a higher low to signal a potential what? Uptrend. And this is exactly what I mean by that. Now, when we have something like a bullish market structure or in an uptrend, we have something like this, price creating higher highs and higher lows. Okay. In price creating higher highs and higher lows, this is the progression of an uptrend. Price creating higher highs, higher lows. And then in the process of creating these higher highs and higher lows, it suddenly breaks this particular low that came last. That is the last low that is created. Okay. The moment price breaks the last low that is created, you can say that we have what? We have a change of what? A change of character. You can say we have a what? A change of character. Just like what you're seeing here. The moment price breaks the most recent low, instead of that, you already see that there's a disruption of order flow. Okay, you can see already that there is what? There is a disruption of what? Order flow. Look at this progression, price just moving, creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and then it suddenly comes to a particular point and then it breaks the low. Instead of it to, stop here, collect the orders and then give us another higher high, it just goes ahead and breaks the what? The higher low. Okay, giving us what? A change of character. Now, this particular change of character is what you call the what? The basic change of character. You can also see that it is involved in the what? In the basic market structure. It's as simple as that. And now for the bearish change of character, we have this. Clear this out. We have this in the bearish change of character where there is a progression of higher highs and lower highs and lower low. This is exactly what we have. Okay, in this progression, you see price taking out the lower lows without taking out the lower high. This is the progression of the downtrend. Okay, and then suddenly there is a disruption of order flow and price takes out the lower high. Now you can call this what? You can call this a change what? A change of character. All right, you can call this a change of character because price has gone ahead to take out the lower high. Now there is a disruption of order flow. We'll be talking about order flow maybe in another class, but today what we have is what? Market structure. Okay. So you can see that price has taken out what? Price has taken out the lower high, giving us a change of character. This is a basic market structure. This is exactly what basic market structure entails, both in the progression of the moves and the disruption of the order flow. Okay, so this is a bearish change of character. Okay, so price breaks the lower high to signal a potential uptrend. The moment price breaks this, you can see that price wants to change direction. You can easily say that price wants to what? Change direction. And it's as simple as that. Okay, it wants to change direction from bearish to bullish. And in the bullish one, it's trying to change direction from the bullish to the bearish. So this is just a quick scan on the basic what? Market structure. So let's talk about the advanced market structure. Now, in the advanced market structure, it is different. Okay, in the advanced market structure, the market moves in twos. Okay, the market moves in twos. I think I should continue this in another batch. Okay, so talking about the advanced market structure, in the advanced market structure, the market moves in twos. Okay, for a change of character to be valid in the advanced market structure, two lows have to be taken out. Not like in the basic market structure where you see that only one low was taken out. No, in this advanced market structure, two lows have to be taken out for it to be valid, okay, for it to be valid, two loads have to be taken out, unlike in the market, in the basic market structure where one load is taken out. So, but let me show you what I mean when I say that. When I say that an advanced market structure, unlike the basic market structure, involves what? Involves two break of structures. So is either price takes out two lows when it comes to the bearish, when it comes to the bearish market structure, or it takes out two highs when it comes to the what? The bullish market structure. It's just as simple as that. So let me show you a proper example of what that means. And now you need to understand that when a break of structure occurs, it occurs with the full body of the candle, not the wick. Okay, maybe in another video we are going to talk about a valid break of structure and an invalid break of structures. Okay, so yeah, let's give an example of what it means for price to take out two loads in the advanced market structure. So we are going to start with the bullish one. Now for the bullish, this is the progression, obviously. This is the progression of the market in the bullish market structure. This is the progression. So the market is moving in an uptrend, and then suddenly we have the disruption of order flow. Okay, price will take out the first low and then goes ahead. Price takes out the first low and of course goes ahead to take out another low that it created. This is exactly what we mean when we talk about what? The advanced market structure. Oh, I'm trying to, oh my God. Okay. So this is exactly what we mean when we talk about what? This is exactly what we mean when we talk about the advanced what? The advanced market structure. When we talk about the advanced market structure, this is exactly what we mean. If I clear this, I will definitely clear the whole of this thing that I did. So let me just explain what I want to explain. So when we talk about the advanced market structure, in the advanced market structure, it involves taking out two loads instead of one low in just like we had in the basic market structure. So you see that it took out this low and of course went ahead as well to take out this particular low. This is for the bullish advanced market structure. I hope this was clear. Okay, and do I need to clear this? I'm sure you already taking notes of this. So let us just do something for the bearish. Let's do something for the bearish market structure, for the bearish advanced market structure. Oh God. Let's do something for the bearish advanced market structure, right? This is it. Yes. Now for the bearish advanced market structure, we have price at moving in this progression, lower highs and lower lows. This is the progression of the market, taking out only lower lows. And then suddenly we have a disruption of order flow where price takes out the lower high. Okay, this is what we had in the basic market structure. And then right after that, it takes out the next low, that is the current low that is created. Now this is what we have. This is what completes it. What? This is exactly what completes it. This is what completes it, an advanced market structure. I hope it was clear. So this is what we have. You see that price took out two lows instead of one this time around, like we had in the basic what? In the basic market structure. Price took out two lows instead of one. And this is what we call what? An advanced market structure. I want to believe that this was clear. And now, when it comes to this, the first low taken out is what we call what? The inducement. And the second low taken out is what we call what? The disruption. So price has to be able to take out the two lows before you can call this a valid advanced market structure. And you can trade this in your what? In your lower time frame. Okay? Because it is in our lower time frame that we tend to get entries. Right? So this is what the market structure should look like in the lower time frame. All right, before you can say that, oh, this particular break of structures are valid, and then you can take your entries. We'll still do I think we'll do a chart example, because some of these things will never make sense if we don't do a proper chart example of what it looks like on the chart. This is just like a textbook drawing. So we will definitely come to a point where we have to what? We have to, show you the chart example of everything. Okay, and I think I will also try to include that in this very video. All right, I think I will try my best to include that in this very video. So you already see that in this market structure we have two types of break of structures. We have the internal break of structure and the external break of structure, but I'll also talk about that in another video. Okay, so for now, we need to differentiate the two types of market structure. We need to differentiate them. We need to properly differentiate the two types of market structure. We need to differentiate them so that you know where to find each. Now, for the basic market structure, you're going to find it in your higher time frame. I don't know if you're understanding the irony behind it now. For your basic market structure, you're going to find it in your higher time frame. And for the advanced market structure, you're going to see it in your lower time frame. It's just as simple as that. Let me show you an example of what I mean. Okay, I want to give you a chart example of what I mean. Okay, I have this setup and I'm waiting for price to validate the setup or invalidate it. But that is not what we are talking about right now. Now remember that this is an uptrend. Okay, let's do something here. This is an uptrend. I don't know if I should use the daily time frame. Okay, let's use the 4 hour time frame to show you what we want to show you. This is it. So look at the progression of these markets. Now, this is me trying to show you a chart example of what we just talked about. For the basic market structure, I just mentioned that it is the same on the higher time frame. When we talk about higher time frame, we talk about 4 hour time frame, daily time frame, weekly time frame. All right. So the basic market structure is the same when it comes to the what? To the higher time frame. Now look at the progression of this market. From here, you can see price moving in higher highs and higher lows. I don't want us to start going back much. All right, so this is what we have. This is exactly what we have when we talk about the basic market structure. All right, so this is it basically. So you see the progression of the market here. Okay, so you see that for the 4 hour time frame, we can find our basic what? Our basic market structure. Now, for a change of character to occur here, price will just suddenly take out this low. Okay, price will suddenly take out this current low that it created. All right, that is it. That is what we mean by what? That is exactly what we mean by a basic market structure. So let's have one more example of a basic market structure, which I already said applies just to the higher time frame, like 4 hours. All right, so we have price moving in this progression, as you can see as well. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. All right, higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. This is under higher high, and then on creating the next higher low, price took out the most recent low there. You can see that price took out the most recent low, as you can see, and this is indicating a change of character, showing that there's going to be a possible change in trend. And as you can see, the moment price took out that low, as you can see, the moment price took out that low, there was a change of character from bullish to bearish. There was an immediate change of character from bullish to bearish. Okay, it just took out this very low, then went ahead to tag the other block in. It went ahead to tag the other block around there, and then there was a switch to a sell. You see this sell here. Okay, the same thing also applied here as well. You see there was a progression of an uptrend, and then suddenly there was a takeout of this low. Then we saw another kind of sell. Okay, that has been the progression. All right, so let us go into the advanced market structure, which I said applies more to the lower time frame. I won't be going below the 1 hour time frame. Okay, just so that it will be clearer, so that we'll have a clearer view. So in the advanced market structure, we said that price would take out what? Price would take out two lows instead of just one low, as we have in the in the basic market structure. In this one, we have price take out two lows for a change of character to be valid. Okay, for a change of character to be valid, price will take out what? Exactly two lows or two highs. Remember, in this case, what we are saying applies what we are saying applies to the higher time, sorry, the bullish structure and the bearish structure. So when you see me say take out two lows, that means it's applying to the bearish structure. And when you see me say take out um two highs, that means we are applying to what? We are literally applying to the bullish structure at this point. Okay, so we have like we said, price would take out two lows or two highs. Okay, so I'm trying to find a better example to this, to take out two lows to validate that. Okay, price took out this low as well. So yeah, for us to have a change of character, we need to see price take out two lows. So as you can see, we have a bullish progression here. Okay, from here to here, we had this bullish structure. We had this. Yeah, higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high. And then suddenly there was what? There was a change of character, and we saw price take out this current low. We saw price take out this low here, and then took out the second low as well to validate what? The change of character. Okay. And then the moment he took out the second low, what do we have? We had price stack the order, and then we had a sellout. Okay, I hope this was clear as well. Price kept buying until it what? Price kept buying until there was a change of character, which was indicated by taking out two lows. Okay, as already explained in the advanced market structure, took out two lows and then went ahead to tag the others, and then we saw a massive what? A massive sellout. The same applies to the bullish aspect as well. We had price selling. We had price selling, which is what? We have the lower highs, we have the lower highs and the lower low, the lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. You see, we are having cells, lower high, lower low, until suddenly we had this change of character here. Okay, we had this change of character here, and of course, We can't say that this particular change of character has been validated until price takes out what? Until price takes out another high, another lower high rather. I think price took out this place. Okay, we are still having because price was not able to take out up to two highs there, we still kept having our lower highs and lower lows. Price kept selling. All right, price kept selling until we had what? Until we had a proper breakout. Until we had a proper breakout. This is the level at which we had the breakout. I don't know if there was no break of structure around this place. So this was the place where we had the breakout. All right, and price still went ahead and took out the high that gave us that breakout. That is confirming it two break of structures, confirming a two break of structure. And the moment it happened, what was the next thing we saw? Price came tagged, and then we saw what? We saw another progression of buys, as you can see. The moment price took out, this was the high that broke the structure, the high that gave us the change of character, and then price took out that particular high. That was it. The moment he took out that particular high, price had to sell down to tag the others, and then we had what? We had a massive buy up. Okay. I think the same thing also applies to this level. We had the change of character. Price gave us this change of character here and also took out the current low. After it took out this very low, it went ahead and took out this low to give us what? A proper change of character. Okay. And then it tagged the level. We had another sellout. There was a lot of consolidation around this area while price was trying to go and tag the others. And then we had another sellout. So that is what implies when we say that the advanced market structure has to do with price taking out two lows, and this is only applicable to the what? To the lower time frame, like 1 hour or 15 minutes, if you know how to mark your structures properly. Okay, and on the basic market structure, like we said, applies just to the what? To the higher time frame, and it requires taking out just one low. I think this should be the end of this particular class. Thank you so much for sticking through, and if you got value from this video, kindly subscribe to this channel, turn on notification, like, comment, and equally share with your friends to also benefit from this. Thank you. See you on the next one. Bye.